The words left her mouth like a slap. Maybe we should break up. I froze, coffee mug halfway to my lips, hand trembling just enough for the liquid to ripple. It was early morning, the light barely stretching over the blinds, the smell of burnt toast still lingering in the air. My chest tightened, as though the oxygen had been sucked out of the room. I forced a laugh. That's sudden. What do you mean maybe? Across the table, Claire wouldn't meet my eyes. She toyed with the edge of her phone, thumb pressing against the screen as though it held some secret I wasn't allowed to see. Her shoulders were stiff, her lips pursed, like she'd rehearsed this moment but didn't know how to finish the line. My stomach knotted. For weeks, months, maybe, I'd noticed little things. Late nights at work that didn't quite add up. The new perfume that lingered when she came home. The way her phone was suddenly always face down, always password locked. But I pushed those thoughts down, telling myself I was paranoid, insecure, imagining ghosts. Now they weren't ghosts. They were sitting across from me, alive in her silence. Claire, I said softly, setting the mug down, steadying my voice. What's going on? Her eyes flicked up, just for a second. Guilt. Fear. Then she looked away. I don't know if this is working anymore. We fight. You don't trust me. I cut her off, sharper than I meant to. You're seeing someone else, aren't you? The room cracked open. She inhaled sharply, lips parting as if to deny it, but no words came. That silence told me everything. Something inside me broke, quietly, like a bone snapping beneath skin. I leaned back, letting out a slow, bitter laugh. Wow. Claire shifted in her seat, guilt washing over her face like a shadow. It's not what you think. It never is, I whispered. My heart was pounding, my skin hot, but I forced calm into my voice. You know what? If that's how you feel, if that's what's been going on, all right. Pack your things. Her eyes widened. What? I stood, pushing the chair back with a scrape that made her flinch. You said maybe we should break up. Fine. We're done. Pack your things. For a moment, I thought she might cry. But instead, she just sat there, stunned, her phone still clutched in her hand. I walked away before I could lose my nerve, before I could beg her to tell me I was wrong. The day stretched like glass, sharp and fragile. I went to work, went through the motions, but every second was filled with images of her, laughing with someone else, leaning into another man, her hand in his. The thought made me nauseous, but also furious. When I came home that evening, the apartment was half empty. Drawers open, closet hangers missing. She hadn't taken everything, just what she needed. Enough to wound me, not enough to erase herself. On the counter sat a note, her handwriting small and neat. I'm sorry. You deserve someone better. Please don't hate me. I crumpled it in my fist. Hate her? No. I hated myself more, for not seeing it sooner, for ignoring every red flag, for loving her so much I let myself be blind. Nights were the worst. Lying in bed, the silence pressed down like a weight. My mind replayed every conversation, every late return, every quick glance at her phone. I kept asking myself the same question. When did she stop being mine? I started noticing details I'd ignored before. A receipt left in her purse for a dinner I hadn't been at. A text notification that popped up once with nothing but a heart emoji. A sweater that wasn't mine tucked in the laundry. Each memory came back like shards of glass, cutting deeper the more I pieced them together. Still, a part of me wanted to believe her, to believe there had been no one else, that maybe it was just me, maybe I had driven her away. That denial was a poison I swallowed willingly, because the truth felt unbearable. 2 weeks later, I saw her. By accident. I was leaving the grocery store when I spotted her across the parking lot. She wasn't alone. A man stood beside her, tall, sharp-dressed, his hand brushing hers as they laughed about something private. The way she looked at him, bright, alive, free, was a look I hadn't seen directed at me in years. She noticed me. Her face drained of color. The man followed her gaze, and for a split second, our eyes locked. He knew who I was. I saw it in the flicker of recognition, the way his jaw tightened. I wanted to scream, to punch, to tear the world apart. Instead, I just walked past them, My hands clenched so tightly my nails dug into my palms. That night, she called. Her voice trembled through the phone. You weren't supposed to see us like that. Then how was I supposed to see it? My voice cracked, anger bleeding into despair. In a lie? In another note on the counter? She didn't answer. Just breathing, soft and broken. I gave you everything, I whispered. Every piece of me. And you gave it away. Please, she said, voice raw. Don't hate me. Hate. Such a useless word. I didn't hate her. I hated the hollow space she left inside me, the way I still loved her even as she shattered me. That was the cruelest part of betrayal. Not that she stopped loving me, but that I couldn't stop loving her. I didn't tell her I forgave her. I didn't tell her I'd always love her. I didn't tell her anything. I just ended the call, dropped the phone on the table, and sat in the silence until dawn. Because sometimes the most brutal revenge isn't screaming or fighting or making them feel what you felt. It's walking away, leaving them with the ghost of what they destroyed. And as the sun crept over the blinds again, I whispered to myself the only truth I had left. She said maybe we should break up. So I did. And I didn't look back.